On line number 44, you're getting an error. So line number 44 is this or this. I think you'll have to check the code again, dear. Then you'll have to check it again. I will. Let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. I'm going to. Chalo, let me just give you the rights to share your screen. Just give me a short moment. Are you there on your device right now? Are you there on your laptop? Sure. I am allowing you to share your screen with me. You can. Yes, yes, you can share it. Okay. They showed an error. Okay. Diff, because this is the function with the help of which you're going to draw the just come on this line number 42. 42 is this self dot max hp. Beta, this part is not yet complete. We haven't defined anything for this draw function. That is the reason you're getting this error. No? Remove this whole thing. Just a second. Just a second, Gaurish. Remove this whole thing from line number 37 to line number 44. Whatever code you have written, just remove it once. Remove it from line number 37 till line number 44. Select everything and just hit that backspace button. Fine. Control plus S. Press Control and S keys together. Override. Yeah. Override. Then press Control and V keys to. Yeah. So what is the error you're getting now? Okay. So it is. Can you just show me the error? Just show me the error. No, you'll have to open the console panel here. The one which is there right at the bottom. Is it fine now, dear? Just open the console panel which is there right in the bottom. Yeah. In which that script is getting reflected now. Yeah. So you're getting this error. No file background or png found in working directory. Can you just open this fighter game named folder? I want to see where you have saved it. You were supposed to save it in that Python named folder in which all your Python libraries are there. I told it to you very clearly. I told it to every one of you very clearly that users, yeah, then come inside this. Okay. Why you saved it here? Yeah? How is it? So you must see when you install Python, it gets created automatically. If you're not able to find it here, may be possible that it is somewhere else on your device. You'll have to search for it. I okay, okay. I know that you've downloaded it, but you'll have to find that folder. Just come back, go back, come on your C drive, come on your C drive, and then double click here. Come in this user's named folder, and then come on ABC. Here you have to search for app data named folder. Do you have anything like app data over here? So you don't have that, no? Open your control panel quickly. Open your control, yeah. Open your control panel. And then, where is your control panel? Just type control panel over here in the search box. Yeah, double click. And then come on a where is that option? File Explorer. It's in the first column, fourth row. That's the one. And here you have to come on this view option. Right on the top, you'll in the menu bar you will find that view thing getting reflected here. Come down, and you have to now select this what we call it radio button. Show hidden files and folders. Yeah, right in the middle, it's getting reflected. Hidden files and folders, and then the second drop down says show hidden files, folders, and drives. Yeah, this one. Select it. Hit the apply button. Hit the apply button. Click OK, and come out of it. Click OK, and just close this window. Now go back on this in the C drive. C drive, and then users named folder. Then come inside this default. Let me just check whether we have that okay, we are able to see that app data right on the top. Right on the top, there is this folder app data. Inside it, come inside this local named folder. Uh, Microsoft. Check this Microsoft one. Why it's not there, dear? I think you'll have to install it one more time, and you'll have to select. Okay, why this app data is getting reflected in your OneDrive? Is your OneDrive connected to this Windows of yours? The one which you're using on your device? Maybe while installing you have selected come inside this app data which is there right on the top here. Better you will have to search for that folder. I don't know what path while installing Python. I don't know what path you have selected. Let me just share my screen with you. I think then only you will be able to come to know about where can you find that folder exactly in which all the Python files and scripts are there. So once you are done with installing Python, you'll get to see that Python named folder inside this users named folder. So you'll have to come inside this administrator folder. Right now this administrator folder is not able I'm not able to see this administrator folder on your device. Maybe you have logged in with your guest account. That's the reason. Right. Are you using a guest account or an administrator account right now on your device? I don't think that it's an administrator account here. I was not able to see anything like this inside this username folder. Maybe you're using a guest account. That's the reason this administrator's folder is not visible to you. So you can come down in this app data, and here inside this local, there is this folder named programs in which you will find this Python thing. Python named folder, and here you will find that main Python folder in which you will get to see all the Python libraries and scripts. Fine, you'll have to take help from your father. I think he will able to help you out with this. So whenever you will log in with your administrator account on your device, just install Python, and after that just try and search for this folder named Python. Fine, inside that, when you will save your fighter game named this folder, right, that I've shared with you. Where is that? Fine, so you will not get any error. That is what you will get as an output. If it's running fine on my device and the other devices, other students are also able to get the same output which I am getting right now on my device. So it means that the code is fine. There is no issue with the code. Is there anyone else in the class who is facing the same issue? How it can happen? See, you were showing me that on just a second. I have this class fighter on line number 40. And don't worry about these numbers, dear. Don't worry about these numbers. Just check whether everything you'll have to check whether everything, whatever I have defined here in this coding file, is there in yours or not. And it's the same coding file which I shared with you guys yesterday. And yesterday I was telling you about how you can create health bars. So today I'm going to talk about that, and I will share with you the updated file afterwards. Fine, after this class, I'm going to share with you the updated file. Don't worry about that. Just try to check whether the code in the updated file is running on your device or not. In case you come across any issue, let me know about the same in the beginning of the next class. And please do take your father's help so that you can locate that Python named folder here, because that's the most important thing. Maybe you're not logged in with your administrator account on your device. That's the reason that thing is not visible to you. Okay, so everyone, we'll have to now come down. Right now, that's the output we are getting. Fine, so the text is getting reflected over here. We are able to see these players also moving. They are moving their swords. And I told you yesterday that if you want to fetch the images from the idle named folder, you can simply change this to idle. Fine, and then when you will run the code, so this is what you will get to see as the final output. So now the game is going to fetch all the images from the idle named folder, and that's the kind of animation we are going to see, right? That's the way the players will be able to see. It's time for us to now define the health bars for the bandits as well as the knight. So we need to come down over here, and just after this draw function, right, we can create a new class. So class and health bar, we can give it this name, health bar. Fine, and then we can define the constructor function named init. Fine, and inside it we're going to have four different parameters. So self by default parameter, then x and y for the position, hp for health, and maximum hp for the maximum health we would like the player or and the bandits to have. Then let's initialize these variables with the values of these arguments. So this is how we can do it. I think we have already covered this part, but I deleted it because I wanted to discuss this part again with you guys. Fine, and HP, right, and then we can have self dot maximum HP is equals to maximum HP. Fine, and inside this we can have again a drop function with which we can bring the health bars on the panel, which is right below the game window. Sorry, not the game window, but the window in which the players are getting reflected. And we are going to pass two parameters to this function. So it is going to be a parameterized function. We are going to have here, and pygame dot draw dot rectangle. So rectangle is a method which I am using for this. I would like to have red colored bars, right? That's the reason I have defined this variable red over here. I think someone is on unmute right now. If you could, Varish, you are on unmute, beta. Thank you very much for putting yourself on mute. Okay, so it is going to be the bars are going to be red in color, and then we can pass the values of the two corners of the rectangle. See, the bars are going to have a rectangle shape. If I have to draw a rectangle over here on this paint box, I can select this rectangle shape, and that is how I can draw a rectangle. Now, two points which really matters for us in this rectangle are this point, the starting point, and the one at which we are ending the rectangle, right? So the coordinate of this point we need to define first, and the coordinate of this point we need to define after this point. So this is the starting point's coordinate, self dot x, self dot y, and the coordinates of the ending point are 150 comma 20, let's say. Fine, so that is why I have defined four different values. These are the coordinates for the ending point and these are the ones for the starting point. Okay, so this is the function. Right, now we can come down, and the way we have created the objects for this fighter named class, you remember we defined this fighter named class right on the top over here for the bandits and for getting the knight. Similarly, we have this health bar class also that we have just created. So for this also we are going to create objects the way we have created objects for this fighter named class. We are going to come down over here, and just after this we can define knight health bar. So it is totally your call what name you want to take as a variable. Fine. So knight health bar, and then I'm calling this health bar named class which I just created. And as you guys know very well, it has one, two, three, four parameters. Fine, means I need to pass four values to this health bar named class. So the first value is going to be, let's say, 100. Fine, randomly I'm passing some values. Then for this y, I am going to refer to the screen height and the bottom panel's height. So I can define a formula like this: screen height, and then we can have this bottom, bottom panel height, and then we can add something to it. Let's add 40. Fine. What is the next thing we need to define the value for? It's HP and maximum HP. So where can we get the values of these two things? Where can we get the values of these two things? We can get it very easily from here, right? 30 is for, I think, let me just check it once. So fighter named class is present over here. And we have maximum HP. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that is the maximum HP. Right, and do we have something for HP or not? Okay, we do not have anything for HP. Why? Have we defined HP? Okay, we have defined it over here. Have we used it anywhere else? So I think we'll have to, we can use the same code. We can put it here, and let's take the value of HP from this maximum HP. I think that will also do. So coming down over here, we can, how we'll fetch the value of this HP which we have used for this health bar named class from this object we have created for this fighter named class. So we can simply put it like this. We can simply fetch the value like this: knight. So knight is the name of the object which we have created for this class named fighter, and then what is the name of the parameter or the variable in which the HP value is coming? So it is coming inside this HP named variable, right? So we can make use of, we can put HP here like this. Similarly, you can pull the value of maximum HP also. Simply you have to pass this thing, and that is a way, you can connect these two functions. You can fetch the value of a parameter you have used in one function from a parameter from a variable you have used in some other function. That is a new concept. Similarly, we are going to fetch the values for the bandits also. So here, because there are two bandits, right? So I need to define bandit 1, separate code for bandit 1, and a separate code for bandit 2, right? And health bar, this is perfectly fine. You need to change the values over here. So I'm changing it to 550. Why I have written 550 here? Because you can see, absolutely right. Fine. So 550, and then screen height bottom panel 40. I think this is going to be same, and then we can change this to bandit 1.hp, and this is also going to be bandit 1.hp. And then we need to come here, we change it to 5, we need to change it to 550, and it should be, because I want to see them at different locations. Bandit 1's health bar should be upwards, and the bandit 2 health bar should be in the bottom of bandit 1's health bar. So I'll have to shift it downwards. And how can we do that? We can add a bigger value to this thing, and we need to change this knight to bandit 2, bandit 2. Fine, I think everything is perfectly fine till now. Let me just go through the whole code once again. Yeah, everything seems to be fine. Let's come down. Now, if I will run the code, what is going to happen? Let's first check it out, whether we'll be able to see the health bar on the game window or not. Not yet. The health bar is not visible, but you can see, this game is not returning any error. It has not returned any error, or it has not given us any error, which means that whatever we have defined till now, it is perfectly fine. So I'm closing this window, and let's now call these things inside this main loop. So how can we get the health bars on the panel now? That's the question. So here we are drawing the panel, right? Just below this we can write knight underscore health bar, and we can call the draw function for drawing the health bars. So it is going to help us in drawing the health bar for the knight, or the knight health bar, and this is going to help us in drawing the bandit 1 health bar. Similarly, this is going to help us in drawing the bandit 2's health bar. Let's save the changes, and if I will run the code, why am I getting this error? Can anyone tell me why I am getting this error? Just check out the console panel, the things which are getting reflected in the console panel, and tell me why I am getting this error. It's very simple. Anyone in the class? Yeah. Why I am getting this error? What is written over here? Can anyone read for this? Can anyone read it out for me? This line of this draw missing. Absolutely right. Draw missing one required positional argument. It means that the function draw needs an argument which it can use for this HP thing. Why is this showing this HP to us over here? Absolutely. We haven't passed anything for this HP that we are using in this draw function. It's a parameterized function, I told you. Right? We have to pass something for this HP over here. Right? Now, where can we get the value of this HP from? So we can get it from here, knight.hp. So I'm copying this whole thing and I'm putting it over here. And similarly for this bandit one, I can get the value from here. See how easy it is. Saving the changes, running the code, and you can see the health bars are now getting reflected. Are they visible to all of you? You guys are able to see it? That is how you can create the health bars. So these are red in color, right? Now I am going to define the code for creating green health bars, and I want to see them getting reflected right on the top of these red health bars. And I will tell you afterwards why I have defined two different health bars. Maybe when you will see the output, you will yourself get to know about it. So I'm closing this window, and it's time for us to now come up over here. Okay. And let me quickly define the code. So I need to copy this whole thing first. And I'm putting it right below this. And here rect function, this is perfectly fine. We need to change the color to green. Okay, and self.x, self.y 150. Okay, and if I will just save the changes and run the code, let's see what is going to happen. So see, it's green now. So what is happening? See, there are two health bars. One is this green and the other one is the red one, which is just below this green one. Why we are not able to see the red one? Because they are overlapping right now. The positions of both the health bars are same. For this knight, for this bandit, for this one, for this bandit, the positions of both the health bars are same. That is the reason the red one is not visible to us. Now let me just explain you the concept which I'm going to make use of for this health bars. I need my int. Okay. So initially the condition is like this. This is the first health bar and it's of red color, and this is the, sorry, this is another health bar which is right on the top of the red health bar and it is green in color. Yeah, it's, see, uh, this is your red, like this is red, and above this we have green. Okay, I need to draw the green one. Sorry. This is green, and let me fill it with green. Now I want that when the value of HP or health changes, suppose if the knight hits the bandit or bandit hits the knight, then the health of knight should decrease, and that decrement should get reflected on the screen. Now, how can we make it possible? How can we show it? Fine, representation. Fine, I'm talking about the representation. So what we can do, we can play with the height. We can play with the height of this green bar. If we will reduce the height of this green bar, what will happen? It will go down like this, right? And the bar which is present below this green bar, it is of red color, right? So the condition will be something like this. So this much of red will be visible to us, and this will be still green in color. That's how the user will be able to see it. Are you getting my point, guys? So the green bar's length, we are going to play with the green bar's length. We are not going to touch the red bar's length. Red bar is going to remain as it is. If the sword of the bandit will touch the knight, or if the, we are not, no, we are decreasing the length of the green bar. We are not moving it in on the left side. No, we are not doing that. We are decreasing its length so that the bar which is right below it can be visible to us. Are you getting my point? So only this part will be visible to the user, rest everything will be in green. He will not be able to see the rest of the part of this red bar. He will only be able to see only this much of part. So that is the concept we are going to make use of for that attacking thing. Okay, so what we have to do now? We'll have to come up, or else we can create a variable over here. Let me first show you the output. Fine. So we can create a variable ratio, and just above it we can create another variable. Let's make it self.hp, and let's initialize it with this value hp. Ratio is equal to self dot hp. We can divide it by self dot maximum hp. So if the hp will change, what will happen? See, if hp and maximum hp are same, initially what is the value of hp and maximum hp for the knight? It is equal to, so here the value, the maximum HP, this variable is taking its value from this argument named maximum HP, and HP is also taking its value from maximum HP. And what we have passed to this maximum HP argument, let's come down to check it out. So we have passed 30, right? We have passed 30. So from here 30 is going to come in this variable named maximum HP, and from here it will go in these two variables. So right now in maximum HP we have 30, and in HP also we have 30. Now can anyone tell me what is 30 divided by 30? Yes, what is 30 divided by 30? Arey 1, it's 1, simple. Now, if I will decrease the value of HP, what will happen to the ratio? What will happen to the value of this variable named ratio? It will it will decrease or it will increase. That's what I want to know. Will it decrease or will it increase? It will decrease. Absolutely right. If you want to show me. If you want me to show it to you practically, let me do that today. So if I will divide 30 with 30, so this is what we are getting. And if I will reduce the value of HP to, let's say, 25, and now if I will divide it by 30, so we are getting 0.83, which is less than 1, right? So the value of this ratio is getting affected. Let's make the length of the green bar dependent on the value of this ratio named variable. How can we do that? We can simply come over here. So that's the code with the help of which we are getting the green bar on the panel, on the bottom panel. So we can simply multiply it with this variable ratio. Fine, because this is the length and this is the breadth of the ratio green bar. Fine, 20 is the width and 150 is the length. So now we have made the length of the green bar dependent on the ratio. Fine, I hope you guys are getting my point. Let me now show you the output. What will happen if the value of this self.hp will become less than 30? So we can come down over here. Okay, let's come down over here and let's pass something for night.hp. So if the value of night.hp will become less than 30, let's make it 20. What will happen then? So this is what you are going to get. See, I hope this is clear to all of you. Is it clear or do you want me to repeat it again? I trying to understand why I have defined two different bars and why I am changing the length of this green bar, so that we can show the user that yes, the health of this player is getting affected, and this will this value of HP will only get affected or will only decrease when this one of these two players will attack this knight. Otherwise it is going to remain equal to 30 always. Let's make it 30. So now this is what you will get to see, that's what we are getting. Okay, let's now close this value, close this button window, sorry, and let's now come up and now we are going to define some game variables. So right on the top we are where is that bottom panel thing? Yeah, that's where we have defined the bottom panels value, screen width, screen height, and then we have defined this screen's dimensions. We have defined this caption for our game, and okay, right after this we can define the game variables. So if you want to tell the user about that these are the game variables, so how you can do that? You can make use of comments. How you can define comments in Python? So hashtag is a symbol that you can make use of. Simply you can write define game variable, something like that you can write. Fine, and now we are going to have four different game variables. So current fighter. Who is the current fighter? Who is going to attack first? I want the knight to attack first. I want to start the game with the knight attack. So that is the reason I am passing 1 here, because knight is the first player. Fine. How many fighters are there on the screen right now? How many fighters are there? There are three fighters in total. So we can define another variable, let's say with name total fighters. Let's initialize it with this value 3 because there are 3 in total. And then we can have another variable. Let's have this variable named cooldown. Fine, and I'm initializing it to 0 because initially none of them will attack. None of them is attacking right now. They're stable. Fine, so that is the reason we are right now in cool mode. And once the attack will start, suppose this knight attacks this bandit first. Okay, so I want this bandit to attack this knight only after a specific interval of time. Let's say that specific interval of time is 90 milliseconds. So it means that if this knight will attack this bandit is going to attack on this knight after 90 milliseconds. It totally depends upon you. If you want to, decrease the game speed, you can make it 900 milliseconds. I'm going to try it with 90 milliseconds. Fine. You can afterwards modify the code if you want. So action wait time. We are going to have again a variable for this action wait time, and I'm initializing it with this value 90. Fine, let us now come down and over here in this while loop, where is that while loop? So here we have this night dot update, and here we are drawing this night. Just after this we can define the code for the player action. So we can first put a comment player action. Now you remember I defined a variable right on the top for checking whether the player is alive or not. I'm talking about this variable. Where is that? Yeah. I'm talking about this variable. Self dot alive is equal to true. Yes. So I'll have to first check whether my player is alive or not. So let's put a check on that thing first. If night dot alive is equals to true, then if this condition is true, then what should happen? Now I need to check whether my current fighter is equal to 1 or not. Then only I will allow my knight to act. So if the current fighter is equal to 1, I just defined this variable. Let me just show it to you once. So that's the one. Fine, I'm checking the value of this variable. If it is equal to 1, then only the knight will attack, otherwise it will not attack. Fine, so this is what we'll have to check next, if current fighter is equal to 1 or not. If these two conditions are true, then what should happen? This action dot cooldown should get incremented by 1. Should get incremented by 1. Right? And then we'll have to put a check on this action cooldown also. Now, how we'll do that? If action cooldown is greater than equal to action underscore wait time, right? Because night is done with attacking the bandits. It's now time for us to check whether 90 milliseconds have elapsed or not. So if 90 milliseconds have elapsed, it's time for the bandit to attack the knight, but we'll have to first tell the knight to attack the bandit. So that is how we can tell the knight to attack the bandit. I think the session has got over. So that is how I take the game coding classes. If you guys also want to enjoy these coding classes, you can register for the same. Fine. My phone number is given right in the bottom of the video, in which you are able to see my that frame in which you are able to see my video. So you can contact me on that number. You can ask your parents to get in touch with me in order to get to know about the different courses I am taking right now. So this is it from my side in this lecture. Hope you guys enjoyed this video a lot. Thank you very much for being there with me. Bye bye and take care, all of you.